Hi, I'm Stacy from stacystjohn.com,
And I'm Valerie from quilldecor.com.
and we're here to help you better your B&B.
That's right. This is our weekly show where we review one property's interior and listings in 15 minutes or less. Stacy, who are we reviewing today?
Today, we are reviewing Sharon's property. It's actually Sharon and Larry. Her husband, Larry, who I had the pleasure of having dinner with in Nashville recently. And this is located in Galveston, Texas. I'm going to push start on the timer, and let's talk about these first 5 photos, Val. What do you think about these?
Sharon, we love these first 5 photos. We like to ask for variety in these first 5 photos. You look at the front of this house.
Adorable.
It is gorgeous. And look at that swing. Yes, all day. So cute. I think that this really represents a nice visual of the entire property in these 5. I think maybe with the exception of, how do you feel about this repeated porch, Stacy? Do you prefer to change that one?
I like the fact that she is showing the fact that her front porch has some coziness to it. So it doesn't bother me as much as it normally does, because I don't really gather that from the first photo necessarily.
One thing I think we talked about was maybe she has this really excellent photo later down of a bicycle, which her guests can use. So maybe she replaces this porch picture with a picture of that bicycle, which then again just captures the entire property, what it can offer in one quick screenshot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So let's dive through the photos, Val. I think, you and I chatted about this property, and we think that Sharon and Larry have done an excellent job.
Sharon and Larry, I love it so much. I'm so in love with this property. I think one key takeaway overall is you have a beautiful space to photograph, but the photos are grainy.
Yeah.
So we just need to get those photos to be a little bit clearer, higher resolution. But what you're photographing is so brilliant and so beautiful. I love the balance of this room. I love the size of the art piece here. I love the size of your rug. So many people put 2 small rugs in a space, and this one is like, I can lay here and stretch and do my yoga while I watch the TV or whatever. It's really well done. I love this room in particular.
Do you do yoga on a rug?
Well, I just kind of stretch all the time, Stacy, all the time on stretching. So I have a stretch party every time I'm watching TV. I'm on the floor stretching. So I like a rug under me. I do.
I did not know that about you, Val. I'm impressed.
Okay. So I love this kitchen with the exposed brick. It's such a well done reno. It's such a sweet house with the blue cabinets. There is an opportunity for some styling and staging in some of the upper shelves here. That bowl is a little lonely. I put something up here. It doesn't have to be crazy. You could lean a piece of art, do a little faux fern. It doesn't have to be anything outrageous, but this shelf up here needs a little something interesting. And again, all of these this photo, I would just take it out. It's a really weird wide angle photo, which it's like a wide angle. It's a wide angle lens. I don't think it's needed.
Right.
It doesn't tell us much. We'll go through these a bit more. I love your coffee bar. I love that you're showing these knives. I would, if these are a nice brand, I would say what brand they are. It's one of my biggest pet peeves to have bad knives in a rental. And I don't know if these look great. Maybe I hope they are. If you've invested in a nice brand, like if they're Hinkle or something else, then I would put that in there. Or if they're really good knives, just say they're good knives, even if they're not a brand. Like, we make sure you have sharp knives for cooking. Nothing worse than a dull knife in a rental when you're actually trying to cook, right?
That's right, baby.
Okay, I love your bedrooms. I love your layered curtains. Love these wooden shades over with your draped over top. I just love
those things, they're called
fabric. It's a great fabric. Yeah, but the bedrooms overall are really, really sweet. I think they're so well done. Yeah.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I want to go back to that previous photo because I want to ask you
Mhm.
about the textures on the bed. I also
Okay.
think that she's done an excellent job
Okay.
showing different textures and building
Mhm.
on different textures. What are your thoughts? Because
Yes.
again, you're the pro at this interior design stuff.
You're great at it too, Stacy. You are great. You've been doing this for a long time with lots of properties successfully. So you're absolutely right. The texture is beautiful on this. What we've got here is a room with white walls and white curtains, but it doesn't feel cold and sterile. And part of the reason for that is that Sharon has done such a great job adding in texture. So you see the texture on the pillows really warm the space up. There's also some
Mhm,
texture on this black blanket at the bottom of the bed. Let's see if
mhm,
we can see
mhm.
that. Yeah. So we've got a fuzzy blanket here. So yeah, a lot of great textures. Also, I love this tapestry. I don't know if it's properly photographed. I think I would get a dead on shot of that, Sharon, to make sure you really showcase that beautiful piece hanging on the wall there. And then let's go back to this picture because I love everything about this room except for one thing. Anybody want to guess what it is?
I want to guess.
Okay, go ahead.
The sweet dreams on the wall.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the sweet dreams. I think that those text stuff on the wall is fine and it has a place and there's nothing like necessarily inherently bad with it. I just think you can elevate your brand further by getting something a little bit more um, grown up on the wall, for lack of a better word. I think that it just doesn't do anything to elevate the space. It's if we're trying to appeal to anything above a 15-year-old, I don't think that this is the right art above the bed. I would go with something maybe like a big, beautiful black and white photograph or something that evokes emotion of the area around you. Maybe it's something local,
Yeah.
but
Hey,
it's a great room. Yeah.
the other thing just really quickly on this photo,
Oh, okay.
is the fact that on the nightstands, the lamps may have a USB charger in
Mhm.
them. I am not seeing it, and it might say that in the copy. I it's a little small for me to see.
No, it just says one of the bedrooms with a king size bed.
Okay.
So yeah, one of Stacy's pet peeves, guys. Go ahead, Stacy.
I would like to see a way for me to charge my phone right there on the nightstand.
Right
And you
there.
can
Yeah.
do that with these awesome little charging blocks. They are like 15 or 20 bucks on Amazon. Or, oftentimes you can buy a lamp that has a USB input, but I would love to see a way that I can charge my phone when I'm laying in bed.
Stacy wants to charge her phone, guys. It
I
makes her
do.
book. It makes her click book right now if she can charge that phone, turn on her white noise when she's done, and go to sleep at 7 p.m. Right, Stacy?
That is so true. It
She's
is
an early
so
bed, early
true.
riser. It's the best thing about Stacy. I love this table. It's just really well done. Just get us a better picture with the less with a more higher resolution and less graininess
Yeah.
to it. But these
Yeah.
pictures are really great. One thing, so this is that bicycle picture we were talking about, maybe include in the front because it's awesome. I
Mhm.
can just picture myself. I mean, this picture says 1,000 words. It
Yep.
says I can go tour this island. She's offering me this, no additional charge.
That's
Um,
amazing.
they provide 4 bikes. Additional bikes can be rented at $30 a day. So if we've got 2 extra guests beyond these 4, we know how to get them. I mean, this is just such a perfect picture. Pop this right to the top.
Yeah, I love it as well. The other thing that I think they've done a wonderful job is the photo that shows their proximity to the beach from an
Yep.
aerial
Oh, yeah.
perspective.
Right
That
there.
helps me as a guest or a
Huge.
potential guest know how far I'm biking,
Yeah.
right?
This is awesome.
Yeah. Also, one thing that I would recommend, especially because we have this photo in play, is I would recommend for those close-up shots of the exterior of the property, blurring out the house number. Um, we right there. Yeah. So let's
Mhm.
blur that out just for safety and security's sake. Again, not that we want to think about boogeymen or boogie women coming to the property, but it's pretty darn easy for me to see where that
Yeah.
is. I
Yeah.
I think it's just
Great suggestion.
an enhanced way to protect yourself.
Definitely. And I just want to say kudos on this stripe umbrella. You guys, I think if you've got an outdoor space and you can get a striped umbrella, it is instantly photogenic. Just do it. Just watch the bookings roll in. It's so gorgeous, isn't it?
It is
It's a
beautiful.
beautiful umbrella. Well done on this table. I want to sit there and have a glass of wine with my friends.
And I love the color combination. Even you can tell the blues with the seat cushions and the door. Again, they coordinate. Just great job.
And the
Great
bistro
job.
lights, it's just such a sweet place. You've done such an excellent job. The fire pit is fantastic. We did talk about, do you want to photograph food? This is something that you offer, obviously, as a waffle bar, which is really great.
So a couple of quick things. If I were going to keep this photo in, I would have it in the same order as the kitchen, right? Because right now this photo is at the very end. Correct me if I'm wrong, Val.
That's correct.
The other thing about photographing food and beverages, that actually is a skill set that, in the world of production, that is a specific food stylist or beverage stylist. It is an art to film and photograph food. I realize we've got packaging of food here, but we also have sprinkles shown there. I think that if you were to keep a photo of food or real life food in any way, make sure that you're getting a specialist to really do an excellent job with your lighting, with your angles. And if we don't have a food or beverage specialist, we probably could just maybe show a picture of the waffle maker and maybe a mixing bowl and something like that to show the fact that we have a waffle maker without the food itself.
Okay.
And Val, I know that you're not a fan of the sprinkles.
Well, I think my kids would see this and be like, yes. And I would be like, okay, now I've got to hide the sprinkles from them just because I don't love that they have sugar and if they have sugar in the morning. But, I think the idea of a waffle bar is really sweet. And so I'm not saying to include it or not include it. Probably for some people, it's terrific. And I think it's a really great offering. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Can we pop over to the listing? We've got about 3.5 minutes left.
Of course we can. Do you want to talk about the title?
Would love that. Yeah. So, in the title, it is one way to attract folks to our property. And I think that there is an opportunity here to have this headline or this title working harder for you. So you're taking up characters saying cozy home, but I can actually see from the photos that it's a cozy home. So I think that you can, again, use that space. That's prime real estate. Use that space to your advantage. So I would definitely optimize that headline. And then I also think that if we go down to the listing copy, I would love, love, love to see a more robust listing description. Right now, this feels very bare. And I would, again, if it were me and I were king or queen of the forest, I would actually have a description of the property. And then I would have a room by room description, including an overview of the space with bulleted items about what they're getting in that space so that it's very, very clear from a guest perspective what they can expect. Again, keep in mind, we are selling here in this listing description. And when people have questions or they're unsure about what they're getting, oftentimes they don't buy, right? And so we want to eliminate any questions and just, I think, really, really take the opportunity to blow out this listing copy and be much more detailed.
Can I say something really specific? I have
Yeah.
a question for Sharon.
Yes.
So it says a 10-minute walk to the beach or a 5-minute bike ride. And I am someone who walks and cycles everywhere. I live in England, so I don't drive very much. I mainly am on my bike. If something's a 10-minute walk, it's usually a 2-minute bike ride. Well, if that's the case, I would say 2 minutes to the beach and make sure and put that because beach proximity is everything for a beach property, is it not? Wouldn't you want to say it's 2 minutes instead of 5?
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe she bikes very slowly.
But maybe other people wouldn't. I think if it's,
Right.
what does Google say? on the cycle. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good suggestion.
It's really close.
I
It
love
looks closer
that.
than a 5-minute bike ride to me, Sharon. So if that's the case, I would just, I don't know, I could change it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. All
Perfect.
right, girl, we
That's it.
did this with 38 seconds to spare.
Oh, we did it. Sharon,
Impressive.
we love your place. We love it. It's beautiful. Thank you for sharing it with our show. We really appreciate it. And we really hope that this review was helpful.
Absolutely. And if you would like to apply to have your listing reviewed on the show, just go to betteryourbnb.com and fill out a simple form.
And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe so that you will get notification every time we release a new show. Until next time, I am Valerie Malone.
And I am Stacy St. John. Happy hosting.
Bye.